So I wanted to show you guys a really cool SEO strategy, more so for local businesses. This seems to be working very, very well. This is one website that I've been tracking and keeping an eye of over the past 12 months. And a few things that they do really well is they rank for a variety of different towns and cities, which we'll go into. We'll do a deep dive. But not only that, this is obviously like a solar panel website, so like a solar renewable energy site. So for example, if you want solar panels, if you want heat pumps, solar thermal, EV chargers, they do the lot, even like battery installations and stuff like that. But that's not the impressive part to this website. They are ranking for a variety of different keywords like solar panel installers Manchester, solar panel installers Kent, right? So all the towns and cities throughout the UK. Now you might be thinking, this is just SEO 101. Why are you even doing a video on this? But what is actually impressive about this is the fact that these guys, they are a local business, so they're called the Renewable Energy Hub UK. And what they have done is they've built out a directory. So if I was to actually go to like one of their location pages, right? So if I just make my face a little bit smaller, what you'll see is they have got a list of, let's say, 20 or 30 different solar panel installation companies. And they've listed them on that page. But what you will actually figure out very quickly is if you actually fill out the contact form, they will get first priority of the leads, right? So if you think of it, right, if I open up Google Maps, let's say, for example, in the UK, now this is going to be different from state to state, right? But in the UK, the larger, the nationwide countries, they'll probably cover, like, for example, they'll cover like London, they'll cover Birmingham, they'll cover Manchester, they'll also even cover like Liverpool and Leeds and stuff. However, when you get like further up north, like anything like past probably like Leeds, a lot of companies don't cover. I'm not saying that's the case for everyone, but I would probably say like out of the past 50 companies I have worked with and I've spoken to, a lot of the companies, they probably cover maybe at a stretch Newcastle, which is all the way up here, right? Now, what this company has done, which is really smart, is they've got locations for everywhere. So even like towns and cities all the way up in Inverness and stuff, right? But they obviously get first pick. So for example, if a lead or an inquiry comes in from a location page in Manchester, for example, they'll be able to jump on it straight away. However, if a lead comes in from, let's say, Newcastle, and they're like, do you know what, it's not really worth our time driving or getting an installer for a solar panel all the way up to Newcastle, they're probably going to pass that to somebody that is actually in their directory. So they're actually monetizing the leads and the inquiries that they are generating, which they would never even go out and service. So let me use like an example in America, right? Because I know that some people will be watching this in America. So let's take a look at Florida. For example, now obviously America's a completely different beast, but you might get a lead in Orlando. However, you might only be operating in Miami. What these guys have done is they've went and found, or they've went and reached out to, let's say, 25 different companies in Orlando, and the 25 different companies in Orlando would basically be bidding for that lead. Now, that's one thing that they've done, which is super smart. And if we actually take a look at a few of their actual inner pages, right? So I just mentioned that they're ranking for solar panel installers in Manchester. But let's take a look at, like, for example, Aberdeenshire, and we'll go after Alford in Aberdeen, right? So solar panel, or we'll do solar panel installers in Alford because that's what people would probably search. And as you can see, position number 1. They're even outranking Atlantic Renewables, which is an actual company in that actual area. So it just goes to show you how strong this website is. But let's take a look at their actual structure of their website, because that's also pretty important. So what a lot of people do, and I see this time and time again, right, where people would want to rank for example, solar panel installers in London, right? Let's see if they've actually got a page for that. Right, yeah, Greater London, right? Now that's great, and that works, don't get me wrong. However, you've got so many suburbs and so many smaller towns surrounding London that you can actually go after. Like, for example, Barnes. If you actually were to search up all of these little suburbs and towns, you'll actually realize, especially in the UK, there's like 4,000 population, 6,000 population, 10,000 population. In America, it's going to be way more. But like, for example, if we were to search up, if I do on Keyword Explorer, bearing in mind on Ahrefs, this always shows a lower amount. But if I do like solar panels Manchester, for example, or we'll go after London. So it's saying 150, or no, sorry, it's saying 350 searches in the UK. But if we were to do like, for example, where is a town in? Where is the town in London? Brentford, right? This is definitely going to say it doesn't get any searches at all. Yeah, it says that, but I can guarantee people in Brentford would actually be searching that up. Like, if we were to just search solar panels in Brentford, as you can see, the website that we're looking at just completely dominates. This is the Brentford page. But as you can see, there is actually an intent for it as well. So when you are building out these location pages, I highly recommend searching the keywords. So whether it's solar panels in Miami, or let's say DUI attorneys in, I don't know, Oklahoma, for example, search the keyword and see if there's actually any of your competitors that have dedicated pages for it. Because if there are, it definitely is worth actually building out a dedicated page for it and trying to rank for it, like what these guys have done. So that's one thing that I would also recommend doing. The other thing as well, when it comes to the actual SEO optimized content, now let's take a look and see if their content is actually decent or spot on. Let's see if there's any unique content here. So they can actually be a little bit lazy. Like, I'm not saying that their content's amazing, but they can actually get away with less optimized SEO content. Whereas the website that we were looking at before, these guys, greenmatch.co.uk, right? These questions you should definitely have on the page. So if you're building out unique, or not unique, but location pages, right? So do solar panels work in Brentford? How many solar panels do you need in Brentford? All of these questions you should actually have on the page, and that's actually going to help you rank for that location. That being said, I think that this content here is better than the content that we've got on here. This is more like what's the best word for it? This is more so what I would probably consider as like a directory style. Like, you can get away with lower quality content when you're doing something like this. But if you don't want to go down the route of building a directory, you could definitely go down the route of what these guys have done. This is greenmatch.co.uk and the keyword solar panels Brentford, if you guys do want to search this up. Like, the content for this is pretty much spot on. Like, this is what I would be recommending for a location site. So now that you understand the content, what about the actual blog articles as well? So if we take a look at the renewableenergyhub.co.uk, right? So they've got like a guide on solar panels, how much do solar panel systems cost, commercial solar panels, which again is a pretty important keyword that would generate you a lot of sales and stuff. Solar panel batteries, ground mounted solar panels, can I build my own solar panel system? So when it comes to like building out these blog articles, right, what I would recommend to you, especially if you're like a local business, is go and sit down with your actual sales team and ask them like, hey, how many, like, what kind of questions are you guys getting prior to somebody purchasing a product from us or a service from us? Because 9 times out of 10, the questions that your sales team are facing, or the objections that your sales team are facing, you can turn those into blogs, because it's not going to be just your sales team getting those questions. It's going to be people that are actually searching those questions prior to actually purchasing a product or service from you. So like, for example, if you are a divorce attorney or lawyer, right, a question that you might get is, how long does a divorce case take, or what happens to the kids after a divorce, right? And a recent a recent study that I was actually reading by Google, it said that you need 11 different touch points prior to somebody actually inquiring with you. So, for example, if somebody's reading 11 different articles and then they inquire with you, that's going to be a very, very hot lead. Like, they have understood what you do, they know who you are, they trust you, they might have even seen a couple of your case studies on your website, and now they've decided to inquire with you. You've kind of helped them along the path. So when it comes to doing like your keyword research, when it comes to doing your long form blog articles, take that into consideration, because not many people do, and they just start producing articles based off of search volume, and that's not the correct way when it comes to building out your website. Like, for example, these guys, they've got a lot of bottom of the funnel keywords like heat pump installation, but they've also got some blog articles like, for example, how much a wind turbine costs, a UK guide, right? So somebody that's searching that, they aren't necessarily ready to buy a wind turbine right now today. They're doing their research right now. But if you're able to actually internal link to other wind turbine related articles, right, that's when you're actually growing more of a connection with that actual reader, which is what these guys have done. So like, for example, discover more about whether your site is suitable for a wind turbine. That's another really good question. Like, is my site suitable for a wind turbine? Like, I don't know about you guys, but I can't go and install a 60-foot wind turbine in my back garden because I've probably not got enough space for it. So yeah, just having really decent, well-detailed articles like this, which are top of the funnel, and I'll show you guys what I actually mean by that. I've spoke about this in the past, but I suppose it's probably good to show you guys how to build a topical map. Is it on here? Algorithm, reasons why your website's not ranking. I believe it's this one. So I actually have shown this in recent videos, but I'll go over it again. But top of the funnel, easy cake recipes for beginners, right? Middle of the funnel, best cake baking tools. Bottom of the funnel, choosing the right stand mixer, right? So you've got awareness stage, you've got consideration stage, and you've got decision stage. If you can cover all 3 of these stages and start to push people down the funnel, you're obviously going to get more inquiries, more sales, more leads. And that goes for e-commerce stores, it goes for local businesses, it goes for every single type of website. Any website that's ranking well on Google covers all 3 of these subsections. If you've only got bottom of the funnel, Google's going to look at your website and say, these guys are too salesy. If you've only got top of the funnel, Google's not going to understand what you're actually offering to your people, apart from being more of like a Wikipedia, right? So you just need all 3 stages to rank well and rank high on Google. So just bear that in mind. And then the last stage is obviously link building. So these guys do a really good job of actually getting a lot of branded links through to the homepage. Like, if I just look at their homepage alone, right? They've got 390 links only going through to their homepage. If I look at their entire backlink profile, they've got 1,800. So like probably about 1/5 of their entire backlink profile just goes through to their homepage, which is a really, really good start. And they've also got some really relevant links as well. So they've got like green energy. They've got a lot of solar related websites actually linking through to them as well, which is again another good thing to actually see. So that has been my breakdown. What do you guys think of the website? I think that they've done a really good job, especially the fact that they are able to control which leads that they get as a business, and they're basically cherry picking the best ones for themselves, and any that they don't cover in specific areas, they're just shipping out to companies that are actually listed on here as a directory listing. Let me know what you guys think. I think that this is a very, very good SEO optimized site, and they're gonna crush it. I know that they've took a slight dip recently, but again, like, they are ranking for a lot of different locations, and it's probably more so the actual longer form blog articles that's probably took a dip. But let me know what your thoughts are, and as always, if you guys do want a growth strategy call for your website, maybe you're struggling to rank, check out casualdash.com, fill in the contact form, and I will be in touch. Thanks for watching.